The Supreme Court unanimously found that this was saving lives and that the concerns with illegal drugs did not trump the concerns with health of people who are using drugs.
Right from 11 years old, I was self-medicating. I remember it was a revelation. God, I'm finally out of my head. I finally feel different.
I had suffered a great loss when I was 33, and I was like, I'm looking, so I was the secretary at an internet security company. My mother was living with me, and I had a good income, I had a good life, and I suffered this loss. So I quit my job and I went back to dancing, and probably within the first 3 weeks of asking around, I met the guy that did the needles.
I got hit by a bus, and I had some severe hip and lower back injuries, and right away was put on morphine in the hospital. And then, after that, got released with the prescription, and unfortunately the partner I was with had already injected opiates, so kind of taught me how to do it, and that's how I began. So it's not like I went out and thought to myself, I want to be a heroin or an opiate addict today.
So I started smoking marijuana when I was 16, 17, into university. Shortly after university, I had one of my parents died. I was close to them, and my drug use progressed from there.
I didn't beg my friend, but I asked him. I said, I want to try that. He's like, no, Gab, I can't do that to you. I'm your friend, And I didn't understood, I was kind of pissed off at him a bit. And years later, after I hit Skid Row on needles, eating out of garbages and sleeping in stairwells, I saw him on the street again, and I thanked him. I said, I understand why you didn't give me my first hit, Because I was already a pretty bad crack addict, almost Skid Row on that. But once I hit the needles at that level, it was totally different, I went to a different hell for sure.
There are not enough services for people that use drugs, specifically inject drugs in Ottawa. Despite a lot of really great people with some really amazing intentions, there's between 4,000 and 6,000 people that inject drugs in Ottawa. And just, for example, there's 2 opiate case managers in Ottawa. So that, despite how great they are at their jobs, there's only so much they can do.
When you want treatment and you want help, you want it immediately. You don't want it, say, hopefully 2 months down the road, and then it being 5 months and you could be dead, or just, in a different mindset. And, that opportunity is gone and passed by, so.
Yeah, those places where they give kids, they do close early, and it's just, how can I say this? Just a place where you just get needles, like there's nothing else to it. There's no counselors there, there's nothing like that.
So when I've gone to centers for drug addiction, they're kind of like, well, you have to stop with this mental illness. You can't behave like that. And then when you go to the mental health facility, they're like, well, you got to stop doing drugs.
No, I don't think there's enough support for intravenous drug users in Ottawa. There are no facilities here. There's no the little help that they have here is localized. It's not generally overall accepted by society here in Ottawa. They think that it's a bane on the economy. All kinds of excuses for not willing to help people live a better life.
I'm only here because I was lucky, and I don't think people should have to survive based solely on luck. I've lost countless friends, just, snowballs thrown from around here. to overdose, to HIV, and even a couple to liver failures or Hep C and stuff like that. It's just, this stuff is so preventable, and a supervised injection site, as I mentioned, not only meets people where at, but provides them with other alternatives. They can get in there and start to see people, different things, different alternatives, treatment and employment and housing and, health.
Well, intravenous drug users, we need a safe injection site, if not more than one, a series of them, because drug use in Ottawa is a little bit spread out.
There's times where I thought for sure I used so many needles, I thought guaranteed I got something. I probably got 20 diseases, and then you're like, geez, wow, how can I make love to a woman again? I got like 20 diseases. Or you start making up stuff in your head too, but if I'm sick, I have something, you feel like you could be less intimate with someone, or you could be less close to your family. I can't share the same dishes, and it's degrading. It's not just, oh, I got the disease. It affects the people around you too. So safe injection is safe for a lot of people.
Why would a supervised injection site be beneficial to Ottawa? Well, look at the lives you'd be saving. Look at the positive attention you'd be giving the city. Right now they're thinking, oh, that's all going to be negative attention, but Ottawa's, it's the country's capital. They have to set a positive precedent, which is not what they're doing right now.
Not in my backyard? Well, this whole world is your backyard. It's happening, and the more we try to pretend it doesn't exist, the bigger the problem gets. So it's good to be afraid, and you should be afraid, but you should educate yourself to the point where you understand what's going on.